Hey there, how are you? We're gonna use Hello Winter, Hello Snow tonight and the snowflake cutouts from my shop, okay, to make a really cool stocking hanger, okay? So just bear with me and I will show you what I mean. Come hang out for a little while and we're gonna get started. So I have some Ocean Mist paste right here. I'm mixing it with a little bit of water so that I can paint with it. Okay, so let me just try and mix this a little bit so it's not so chunky, and so we can get that paste into like a paint-like consistency. So this one was a little bit dry. I've had it for a little while, so it's not as creamy as normal, or else I would probably just use my paste jar to paint with, but I wanted to mix it outside of that. So I'm going to try and use a little makeup sponge like I've been doing lately. I really like that. And it keeps me from having to clean brushes, which I also love. And it gives kind of a textured look too, which I think is really called for on these snowflakes. Okay, so I'm just going to pat these snowflakes down really well with Ocean Mist. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Mom. Hi, Jean. Welcome. Hi, Joni. Hi, Lisa. Stephanie. Hi, Karen. How are y'all doing? Hey, Milta. All right. So just get that evenly put down here. And I did accidentally grab a little bit too much paste, but that's okay. It's going to be a little bit textured. Hopefully that'll be okay. All right, but it'll give it a kind of a snowy consistency, I guess, anyway, so that's all right, I guess. Hi, Tammy, how are ya? Thanks for hanging out with me. So, I told y'all yesterday I went to Hobby Lobby while we had the open house, and I bought too much stuff, but I've been wanting to do a project like this. I saw this idea. Chalk actually did it, and I loved it, so I wanted to show y'all. They did it differently, so I'm kind of making it my own here. But I saw the stockings at Hobby Lobby, and I definitely have several stockings, okay? I've got tons of stockings actually, and they're perfectly good condition, but they are currently in boxes in my garage, and I don't want to go dig through them, so I picked up some really cute ones that I like a lot that I want to use for this. So, and I thought, you know, Chris deserves to have his own stocking that was purchased for him. And I wanted one that matched, so that's my excuse. Hi, Melissa. How are ya? Thank you for sprinkling for me. All right, so there's the second one. This is Ocean Mist. It's kind of hard to see in the picture, but it is kind of in the video. But it is a grayish blue. It's a perfect for winter, snow. So these are two of the blocks from the block set. Okay, if you comment snowflake, these are not actually included in the deal of the day. You would have to buy 2 sets of the block sets to get 2 of these square ones. But you could easily use a block set, and I just didn't have the other sizes available open already because I use them randomly. But if you want to get the blocks with this to do this whole project, I can add that into the deal of the day with the a discount on them if you want to get those. Okay, if you want to get everything. Hi, Lori, how are you? Yeah, Hobby Lobby gets me too. I didn't mean to buy anything when I went in there. I literally went in there for a couple things of ribbon. Very specific ribbon too, which I got. And then I ended up going through the rest of the store, which happens to me every time. I didn't walk through every aisle this time though, and I actually got done pretty fast, and Chris even commented and said, wow, I think that's the fastest you've ever been into Hobby Lobby and out. And I told him, yeah, because it is a danger zone, I'm telling you. Hi, Marcia. Oh, thank you. I love this color. This periwinkle is one of my favorite colors. I got this shirt, this sweater from this online store called Transcend, which I really like their clothes. They're really cute. Same place I got that leopard print one that I wore the other night. But anywho, so I did go ahead and I can show you this really fast. I drilled one hole in this one, okay, prior to starting. And I drilled one hole in the other one, or 2 holes in the other one, excuse me. One for Dozer, or one for me, one for Chris, and then this one will be for Dozer. Okay? So, because he needs his own stocking, you know? Obviously. Okay, so, let me see. Y'all, my hands are a mess, as usual. Uh-oh, Mom. Did you find Rub and Buff there? I wouldn't even, I mean, I guess it's probably in the paint aisle, I would assume. But was it easy to find, Brooke? I hope so. And yeah, I hear you, okay? In fact, when I went in there, I bought all that stuff and I was in such a hurry to get out. And like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I spent so much money and like trying to hide my shame as I ran out of there that I left one of my bags, and I ended up having to go back to the store after we got home to pick it up. Because, you know, I was, I don't know why I'm ever surprised, honestly. I know how I am. I act like I don't know myself, but I do know how I am, and that's just how it goes for me, is Hobby Lobby gets me. Okay, cool. So, did they have the other colors or no? Oops. Alright, I did mess up on this one. This is the back side of it, though. I am going to paint it just because I want it all to be finished on the edges. Because I was testing my drill to make sure that the hole I was going to drill was right, and I stupidly... I knew I shouldn't have done this. I eyeballed it instead of measuring the center, and it was not in the center. So I did measure the other holes that I drilled, and I did realize that the drill bit that I used originally was not big enough, so I ended up using a different one. All right, I think I'm good here. I'm gonna throw that in my water. No, so this is not teal. This is Ocean Mist is the color I'm using. Hi, Mariana. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. All right, so these are my snowflakes. This is Ocean Mist. Just painted on there. I used a makeup sponge, just one of those triangle ones, y'all, and I just cut it off on the end after I use it. Like, the paint will dry up on the end of it. If I use acrylic paint, anyways, it will dry on the end, and I just chop that end off and I throw it away. Hi, Kathy. How are ya? Okay, so just want to make sure this is going to dry, and I feel a little bit of wet paint on this one still. Really liking this. That spackle kind of look on here. I'm loving that. So we're going to use Hello Winter, Hello Snow. Thank you, Marcia. I appreciate that. Yeah, Lori, that's what I did. I bought well, I started off with just the Antique Gold, I think is the first one that I got. And then I went back. This is Ocean Mist, Marcia. It's this one. Okay. All right, so I'm going to use wax. I'm just going to spread it on my entire snowflake on both of them, okay? Just a little. I don't need a whole lot. And we're not going to use the snowflake patterns tonight, although those are great too. You could absolutely use those instead. It would look great. But yeah, Lori, I went back and bought the 3-pack too, with the bronze and the regular gold and the silver after I used the antique gold and realized how easy it was. So now I'm just going to pull the snowflakes off of here. I am not cutting this apart, okay? As you can see, this is a new transfer. I already own this transfer for myself. My hands are a little dry, so let me just... But I cut it, and the pieces are tiny. Look how small they are. So probably don't cut it, okay? Yeah, ocean mist, Marcia. You're right. Okay, so I'm not cutting it apart, and hopefully I'm not going to regret this choice. But I am going to fuzz it before I put it down, but we're going to use the snowflake parts, okay? Now, I'm just going to pick a few places for some snowflakes to go down, and we're going to use Shimmer Moonlight, okay? Again, from my shop. Love this color. Look how pretty it is. It's such a great color, okay, with the squeegee. And let me just move these out of the way. And a little goes a long way, okay? You don't have to use a ton. Okay, there's my first snowflake on there. Now let's move to the big one. And we're going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to spot these over the snowflakes. And hopefully, we're going to love how this turns out, I think. Okay, so now I'm going to dry both of these, and then we're going to add a few more snowflakes on here. And I think this is going to be really fun. I do have my glue gun heating up right now, so it should be good to go by the time that we're ready. So make sure that you have a heavy duty glue to use, okay, for this. And I actually, I'm going to use E6000 too, okay? But we'll use a glue gun to set it immediately, and then the E6000 will hold it long term, okay? In case of, because a glue gun is great, but sometimes that glue will just not always hold forever, okay? And if this is something that you're going to want to use every year, you want it to be good and strong, okay? All right, so now, I should have picked some smaller ones for this one, but that's okay. We're going to do, let's see. Oh, you know what? I thought I didn't have my multi-tool, but I do. Okay. Here we go. And then I can probably actually fit these small ones on there like that. Okay, so I'm just going to skip over and go like that. Okay. I'm just picking them randomly, okay? I did not plan this on which ones I was going to use. I probably should have, but I did not. So they'll all be different, just like a real snowflake. All unique, okay? So let me just continue on with this one. So I want to kind of see how this looks if I allow one to be cut off. on here. So let's see. Like that, okay? It's not completely on there. So you can just, go around and carefully, I just spread some paste on there, so that's not great, but carefully put your snowflakes on. Pick the ones that you want to use. You don't have to use them all, or you can use them all, whatever you want to do, okay? All right. All right, so let me just drying a little bit. No, that's okay, Terry, no problem. It happens all the time. And I just assume that it's a mistake, even if it's not. I don't know why anyone would comment purposely an angry face, so hopefully it's a mistake all the time whenever it happens, because it does happen frequently, so. All right. Excuse me. I know, Mariana, I'm sorry. All right, so now I'm gonna come back and add a few more large ones in the middle. Of both. And I do want to distress these just a little bit so that they're not like any imperfections. You can hide them, okay? You don't have to let the imperfections stand out, okay? I'm actually going to do both of these right here. And remember, if you're not going to cut this apart, there are cut lines, okay? And the cut lines, they do have silk screen. So if you chalk over that cut line, you are going to have a line, okay? So just keep that in mind and don't do that, okay? So there's that one. It's just totally, I just randomly did it, okay? It's no real rhyme or reason there. And then, hi Brownie, how are ya? All right, and then I want to add probably one or two more here. Well, if you just change your reaction, just go back to the reaction and do a different one. It'll overwrite that one, and it won't stay an angry face. Okay, so I want to do this one, and then I want to see where we are. Oops. See, I just went over that line, so I'm a little concerned, but if I just distress it a little bit, that won't be a huge issue, I don't think. And then I have a bit of a problem over here, so I'm just gonna come back and put down a snowflake there to kind of cover up that little snafu that we had, okay? So these definitely aren't perfect, and they don't have to be. You could go back and do one on every one of these, and I think I may meant to do that. Even if I just like put it over to the side kind of. And this may not even be, yeah, it's like not on there all the way. That's totally fine. See if I can turn this. So with the shimmer paste, obviously I'm not washing the transfer in between using it. If you're going to use matte paste on it with the transfer, I would definitely wash it in between, okay? But because the shimmer kind of, it doesn't stick to the transfer really bad, I feel more confident that it won't clog up my transfer really bad. Like, and it'll take a couple of times of using it, or several times, before it'll really clog it up. So I'm still getting a pretty good transfer, so there's that. I want to come back on this one and do the same and just go back over. Let me just see. And go ahead and do all of them, because why not? That way you get the snowflake print on every one of the things. Just making sure I'm not like doubling the same pattern multiple times. Okay. All right, so it's by no means perfect, okay? This is not that great looking, but do you? Well, maybe try the detail tool, or you can even take a mini squeegee and just cut it in half with a pair of scissors, okay? To make yourself a smaller squeegee. That's totally okay to do and easy to do. Just use a regular pair of scissors, or if you have a pair of transfer trimmers, use those. So I am going to spray that with water. This is just plain water in here so that it's easier for me to clean later, okay? So now I want to dry both of these really well. Yeah, that's what I would do. I actually have a couple that I've had forever, since before I even became a designer, that are cut in half, that I use sometimes. And in my sample kits and stuff, I send them cut in half. That's weird, Terry. I don't know why it would do that, but it's no big deal. Don't worry about it. It literally happens all the time. And I know people don't mean to, so. In fact, my mom, like she said, she is one of my main offenders. People that like a post on my page and it's an accidental angry face, so. Pretty sure she's not angry about anything I'm posting. I don't think, anyway. Alright. So, I just want to make sure this is really good and dry because I want to distress it a little bit. I have my sanding block. And I just want to hit up some of these now. I'm going to start with a finer grit. This is a 220. It may be too fine, but I'm just going to go right in there and just kind of knock some of those down a little bit, okay? and it'll also smooth it out to where it's nice and smooth. So then you could even go in with the rougher one, okay, to really kind of, especially if you've got some areas that don't look perfect. I always like a good distressing because, I mean, it helps everything, I'm telling you. It hides all your problems. Yeah, exactly. So I know whenever I see my mom that she's actually put an angry face, I do know it's an accident. So it's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. Okay, so these are our bases. Remember these? Okay. And I have my glue gun here. So here's what I want to do. Look at these cute little drawer pulls that I bought from Hobby Lobby. I got 3 of them. Okay. So I'm not going to screw these in here because the holes are just a little bit too big. Okay, exactly. Rustic indeed. So I'm just take my glue gun and I'm going to squirt some glue down in both of these holes. Okay. And then I'm going to push this sucker in there. Okay. Oh, son of a... Y'all, forgive me. Okay. Too fast for my own good. My gosh. Okay, take the nut and the washer off of there before you do it. On this one I already did, so I don't know what I was thinking. But I wasn't thinking, obviously. So now, squirt some glue in there and stick this baby in there. Alright. And those are actually pretty close, but I think it'll be okay. They might be a little too close. I probably should have spread them a little bit further, but I think it'll be all right. I hope we can make it work, okay? So that's how that's gonna work. And then our snowflake is gonna go right on top, okay? Just like that. Now we'll put those on there in just a second. Let's get this one put in. And I need to make sure I use the right side. Stick a little glue in there. And apparently 3 pumps is just a little too much, so 1 or 2 pumps is fine, okay? Now, I have my little thing. So now we can attach our snowflakes. Now, as I said, I don't want to just use hot glue for this because, and of course I already put it on here, so that might be a problem too. Good Lord. Y'all, I'm a mess, okay? I don't know. Let's do this. Yeah. Too soon, Pam. Too soon. Okay. E6000 first. Okay. And on this one, I am a little bit worried because it has very little places to stick to, okay? But we'll make it work, okay? So then super glue, whoa. Hot glue also. And I just want to go around and clean up that bit of glue that kind of seeped out from the edge, okay? And once this is dry, I might decide, yeah, that I think I do need additional support here. So I'm probably gonna have to add some more hot glue in here to have it hold it. And you know, I have some greenery over here. I might actually end up putting a little greenery at the bottom. so that you can't see if there's extra glue, okay? And then for this one, I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to do E6000 first. Let me look at where that sits. And then more hot glue than E6000, okay? And then we're going to go right on there in the middle. And again, I might add some greenery to this after the fact, just to help disguise anything. That is E6000. Okay. All right, so yeah, that's not, hold on. Now, and then the other thing that you can do is add it behind as well. Okay, because it's really only these two parts that are holding it down, so that's kind of dangerous. But that is our little stocking holder, okay? So then, for this one, yeah, it's already holding better. So let me just add a little bit from behind. And like I said, you can always use something to disguise any glue or anything like that that you need to, okay? So these are the cute, cute stockings that I got. Y'all look, these are for me and Chris, okay? So let's see if we can hang this. So what I would intend on doing with this is using this just like you would a regular stocking hanger that hangs either over the fireplace, or if you're like me and you don't have a fireplace, we use our bar, okay? And then now this is our issue here, that these are kind of close together, so I might have to change something up on that, okay? But they do still hang on there. Now, take that into consideration whenever you're measuring your hooks, okay? Where your spacing is going to go on your hooks. Now, there's those two, and then, of course, we have Dozy, right? Our little child. So, that is my little Dozy stocking holder. What do y'all think? So, you can make these yourself by commenting the word stocking. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. And, I mean, easily hangs, and you can make as many as you need to, okay? The snowflake cutouts are on sale tonight. If you comment the word stocking, thank you, Brooke. I appreciate the stars. You can get the link to get all the stuff to make this yourself. Measure your hangers a little better than I did, though, okay? So I hope that you love these. And I think next year at our new house, we'll be able to use these. Okay? All right, guys. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful evening and a great Monday tomorrow. I know it stinks that it's Monday, but it's a short week. We have Turkey Day coming up really soon. So I will see you tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening. And have a great day. Okay? See ya.